Yes guys, welcome back to another Fantasy Football Fix YouTube video. My name is FPL Nacho, and in this video I'm going to reveal the best AI team for the opening 5 game weeks. This team takes into account the Gabriel Jesus injury and potentially the one to Christopher Nkunku to give you the optimal team for the opening game week. So make sure you do drop a like on the video and make sure you do smash that subscribe button ahead of this game week 1 deadline. And importantly, if you want to see other expert team reveals, make sure you do check out the link in the bio. We have some of the best FPL managers in the world sharing their teams leading up into that game week 1 deadline. It is absolutely essential. So without further ado, let's get into this AI team. So the 3-5-2 formation has been deemed the most optimal, and I really can't argue that with the value that the midfielders are offering this season. But with this team, there are a lot of differentials and surprises, so you want to make sure you stick around for that because I'm really interested by some of these picks. Now, to kick it all off, we have Brighton's Steele in goal. Now, there's a few doubts about whether his game time will be secure or not. But looking at the preseason minutes and the way that Steele operated in Brighton's team last season, I expect Jason Steele to play for Brighton in those opening game weeks. And again, this team is optimised from game weeks 1 up until game weeks 5 because historically, FPL managers do pull the trigger on their wildcard in that period of game week 6, 7, 8, in particular leading up to international breaks. And I think that will be the case this season. So we're looking at that 5 game week horizon. With Jason Steele between the sticks at 4.5 million, he's not only a great value pick, but you target those brilliant home fixtures in game week 1 and in game week 3. And he is a perfect pick at that price. And I do think his game time is going to be secure. So I don't have to worry about that right now. But again, things can change in the next week. Now, moving into the defense, this is where some of the surprises do emerge. And when I do reveal the bench, I will give you a rotation that I really think we need to consider for our defenders. So you want to make sure you stick around for that. But we have Henry in the defense. We know Brentford's fixtures are fantastic long term. When we're looking at a 5 game week horizon, he is the perfect pick at that 4 million price bracket. Gabriel of Arsenal, a regular in all of my team reveals that I've done, and I really can't argue against him because of the brilliant fixtures at home against Forest, game week 3, their home fixture as well. And I think Arsenal in general are going to be an improving side. We saw that they could keep clean sheets last season. Yes, they were poor at home, but I don't think that was a trend that's going to continue going into this season. And because Gabriel was the highest XG per 90 of any Arsenal defender last year, I think he's an obvious pick if you want to invest in that Arsenal defence. Now, Estupinan is the other defender that's making up the starting 11. We're going for the Brighton double up to really double down on those opening fixtures for them. Reminder, Brighton have Luton at home, Wolves away, West Ham at home, followed by Newcastle and Man United. So while game weeks 4 and 5 are tricky, game weeks 1 to 3 are really, really optimal from a defensive perspective. And the beauty of Estupinan as well is that he does offer that attacking potential alongside clean sheet potential. So that is the starting 3 for the AI team. Moving into the midfield, we make it a Brighton triple up with Mitoma. Once again, the best Brighton pick based on predicted points in the opening 5 game weeks. And at 6.5 million, I think he is a fantastic value pick as well. I think naturally when we have a lot of money to spend, we feel like we need to spend it on more expensive assets. But I think Mitoma at 6.5 is still brilliant value. And those fixtures to open this season don't come much better at home. Now, the one that is really, really big in this AI team is the inclusion of Mohamed Salah, a massive chunk of our budget allocated towards him. But at 12.5 million, he continues to be one of those players that is top of the charts for predicted points. He is actually second best only to Haaland in the opening 5 game weeks. And once again, it does kind of pose the question, why are we not going for Mo Salah in our FPL drafts? His ownership is around 20%. Years gone by, that would have been 50 or 60%. So clearly FPL managers are avoiding Mo Salah. But based on our AI team, he is one of the top players to own in the opening 5 game weeks. Moving into our first inclusion of a Man City player, and that is going to be Phil Foden. He's actually the 4th highest for predicting points in the opening 5 game weeks. And if he does nail down a position in this Man City starting 11, I think at 7.5 million, he's going to be unbelievable value. Once again, because everybody owns Haaland, in order to really benefit from those Man City fixtures and results, you almost need another attacking option. And I think Phil Foden, based on our predicted points in the AI model, is the route to go for if you are targeting another Man City option. Son makes the team at 9 million, which is a real surprise inclusion because the fixtures, I would say, are a little bit mixed for Spurs. Brentford away in game week 1, which I do think is going to be full of goals, in particular that game. Man United at home, followed by Bournemouth, Burnley and Sheffield United. In particular, from game week 3 to 5, the fixtures are fantastic. And Son is definitely going to be a differential where I don't think any FPL manager is going to go for him because, of course, in this team, we don't have any Man United midfield investment. And at the 9 million range, the popular pick right now is Marcus Rashford. So if you want to go differential and based on our predicted points, a fantastic pick, Son is definitely your midfielder of choice. And last up, we have got Bukayo Saka and controversially have the captaincy on him going into game week 1. He is slightly ahead of Haaland from a captaincy perspective in game week 1. But of course, things can change based on the models. So make sure you do check out Fantasy Football Fix closer to the game week 1 deadline to see who is the optimal pick for your captaincy. But at 8.5 million, he is the pick of the bunch of the Arsenal midfielders. And because of these fixtures for Arsenal, it's almost impossible to go without their attacking options. Now, moving into the forward line, of course, Erling Haaland is in the AI team for the opening of 5 game weeks, and he's simply going to be a player, barring injury, a lock throughout the entire season. I cannot see him leaving any FPL manager's team. And as I mentioned, he is top for predicted points in the opening 5 game weeks. But the surprise inclusion alongside Mo Salah, Son, and of course Foden is Brentford's Visser. Now, based on preseason minutes and the heat maps that we have been seeing, it does look like Visser is going to play as the number 9 in the absence of Ivan Toney. Yes, Brentford are very, very flexible with their formation with either a 3-5-2 or a 3-4-3. But I think either way, Visser's minutes are going to be pretty decent over the opening 5 game weeks. And look at the fixtures for them: Tottenham, Fulham, Palace, Bournemouth and Newcastle. They're actually really favourable fixtures, in particular those home games. And looking at Visser as an actual Brentford option, it gives you that perfect investment where if you don't want to pay 6.5 for Mbeumo in midfield, this is the differential option if you want to go down that route. And he's actually looking like a really good option based on predicted points in our models. Now, moving into the bench, we have Areola in goal, who looks like the best 4 million option, but he hasn't secured that number 1 shirt right now at the time of recording. Baldock at Sheffield United looking like a great 4 million option with those fixtures that they open the season with. Matty Cash as well, a player that has split the community a little bit because of his minutes potential. The fixtures are good in a way. Newcastle, Everton, Burnley, Liverpool, Palace. I think they have 2 bad, 3 good fixtures in there. And for someone like Matty Cash, if he is in the Unai Emery team to be the attacking fullback, at 4.5 he is unbelievable value for a team that we know can keep clean sheets throughout the season. And he is going to be a really important rotation with our defenders in the team. So for example, in game week 2, we can take Henry out with his fixture away against Fulham and replace him with Matty Cash, who is at home against Everton. Another example of this is in game week 5, we can take out Estupiñán for his away fixture against Man United and play Matty Cash for his fantastic home fixture against Crystal Palace, while benching him in game week 4 when he's away against Liverpool. So this kind of balanced team here is really, really optimal based on our rotations with Matty Cash in the defence. And it's definitely something you guys need to consider if you are going down the route of rotating goalkeepers. And last up, the 4.5 million forward of choice is Semenyo. Again, there hasn't really been a 4.5 million forward that has emerged as a great option, but he could be the man if he does have his breakthrough season this year. So guys, that's going to wrap up the AI team based on the opening 5 game weeks. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you surprised by some of the inclusions in there? And what do you think about the rotating pairs of defenders? It's something that I haven't considered for my personal team, but definitely a way of optimizing your team each and every game week. So that just leaves me to say thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you do check out the Fantasy Football Fix link in the bio to check out the best managers in the world and their current teams leading up until that game week 1 deadline. Link is in the bio. Make sure you do drop a like. Make sure you do subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Cheers.